we've talked about inequalities, and remember, let's look at our inequality signs. I'm going to just make a note of those at the top just as a refresher. We have less than, so x is less than, this is less than, and it has an open circle. We have x is greater than, and it is also an open circle. We have x is less than or equal to, and that is a closed. So we have an open circle, closed circle. And then x is greater than or equal to, this is all on your notes from last week, just equal to, and that is also closed circle. Okay, so just a quick reminder of what we did last week, talking about less than, greater than, less than or equal to, greater than or equal to. So today we're going to combine these. So these are called compound inequalities. And we're going to look at a little example here. Let's say we have 20 people, and out of those 20 people, all of them have either a dog, a cat, or both. So we've asked, pretend we've asked 20 people, how many of you have just a dog? And then 10 people said they have a dog, just a dog. Now, how many of you have a cat? Let's say 5 people said they have a cat. And how many of you have both a dog and a cat? And we'll say 5 people have both. So this would represent, our graph below would be only a dog, only a cat. In the middle then would be a both dog and cat. So 10 people had only a dog, 5 people had only a cat, and 5 people had both a cat and a dog. So again, how many students have a dog and a cat? 5 have a dog and a cat. So how many students have a dog or a cat? And that's where we would look at our own, so 10 and 5, we would say that 15 people have a dog or a cat. We're not including those that have both a dog and a cat. We're including those that only have a dog or a cat. So then let's look at the definition. A blank consists of two, and I scratched that part out, inequalities joined by and or. And this would be a compound inequality. Consists of two inequalities joined by and or. Okay, so let's look at these graphs below. So a graph of a compound inequality with and. So these are ones with and. So it consists of two separate graphs. We can talk about it in two separate graphs. So x is greater than -2. And it's kind of hard to see on here, but this is an open circle at -2. And it's greater than -2. And then this one says x is less than or equal to 1. So this was a closed circle, and it was going less than, so to the left. So now it says x is greater than -2 and x is less than or equal to 1. So our compound inequality would look like this. It would combine both graphs. We would have the open circle at -2, a closed circle at 1, and we're talking about everything in between -2 and 1. So sometimes this looks a little bit different. It can look like this with two separate inequalities joined by the word and. But sometimes it's combined into one inequality and it would look like this. X is in the middle. X is greater than -2. And it is less than or equal to 1. So sometimes our inequality would look like that. Now, if it looks like that, no big deal. We can separate it into two separate inequalities. So we